5 minutes after 7 o'clock in Trinidad and Tobago as we move into the second hour of Morning Edition on this Monday. And as per usual, it's time for our Business Breakfast segment with the support of Value Optical. Good to have them on board with us in supporting this particular segment. Well, the Caribbean Lawrence Placide Award is scheduled for October the 11th and it's hosted by the Caribbean Export Development Agency, that's CEDA, and the Trinidad and Tobago Coalition of Services Industries. The award's purpose is to recognize as well as assist services providers by offering coaching services funded by Caribbean Export and the European Union. The deadline for submissions is September the 20th, so 2 weeks to go. And joining us via Zoom to give us some information about this award, about CEDA, essentially what is its role, its purpose, we have with us Services Specialist with CEDA, Alison Francis. Ms. Francis, very good morning to you. Thanks for taking the time to join us on this Monday morning.
Well, a very good morning to you, and thank you very much for having me on board to represent you here, Caribbean Export, and to let you know more about the Lawrence Placide Award, and importantly as well about Caribbean Export Development Agency.
Absolutely. So before we talk about the award and all that is associated with it, what people have to do, who falls into the categories that can apply or can be nominated for the award, tell us about CEDA. Tell us about the Caribbean Export Development Agency and the work that you do.
Well, Caribbean Export Development Agency is, we are a trade and investment promotion agency for the Caribbean group of ACP states. We call CARIFORUM, which is CARICOM plus the Dominican Republic. Our headquarters are in Barbados, and we also have a sub-regional office in Dominican Republic. We were established in 1995 by an intergovernmental agreement among the states, which I mentioned. We have been operating presently implementing the 11th EDF, European Development Fund Program, Regional Private Sector Development Program. But outside of the European Union, we have also been working together with a lot of other partners in the development of the private sector within the region. So this is a snapshot of what Caribbean Export is. I would say also more importantly that quite recently we had our strategic plan for 2021 to 2024 approved by our board of directors. And I believe that it's important to speak of this plan as we speak to building business, transforming lives for more resilient Caribbean. I know we took that step to revise and to have a new strategic plan, taking the conditions under which we and as a private sector of the region is now operating, so that Caribbean Export can better position itself to help the private sector, and as I said before, to have a more resilient Caribbean at the end of it all.
And so and for anyone who wants to get more information on the organization, you can go to the website carib-export.com, www.carib-export.com for more information. So let's hear about the Lawrence Placide Award and essentially who stands to qualify for that award.
Well, under the Services Go Global, you should have participated in our Services Go Global program. And for persons who are not aware, our Services Go Global program, it's a 4-stage capacity building program that we have been undertaking over the last 5 years. But going specifically for this Lawrence Placide Award, you would have had to have undertaken the training within the last 3 years. Okay, it's a 4-stage roadmap which goes through, preparing your business, understanding trade and services, conducting markets research, developing your marketing strategy, and entering the markets. At the end of the training, you'd have gone through into the development of a draft of your export plans. So for you to qualify to be part of the award, you would have had to have had a draft export plan within the template following the training. So you would have had to have gone through the training over the last at least 3 years, not before that. In the last 3 years, and you would have had a draft export plan which would have been submitted or at least worked on so that you can build on that. Because as the award is about, reinforcing, showing at the end of the coaching and mentorship that we have a completed export plan for the awardee. And more importantly, this year, what we have done is add on not just about the coaching, mentorship, and completion of the export plan, but also for that person to be able to engage in a B2B, virtual B2B, for at least 2 to 3 key markets or firms of interest based on the export plan.
And as we talk about the award, I'm researching it myself to understand that Ms. Lawrence Placide, of course, was the first president of the Trinidad and Tobago Coalition of Services Industries in 2006, sadly passed away, but clearly he's being remembered as someone who's very significant as far as the promotion of exports and that level of efficiency that would allow for an export drive within our Caribbean region. And as we talk about the award and Ms. Francis gets some more information about it. The deadline is September the 20th. That's 2 weeks from today. What is the process for submissions?
Well, from the advertisement, you have the submission. You submit the information to TTCSI, to the CEO at ttcsi.org, and we are evaluation team, which will go through and evaluate, review the submissions, and then we'll grant the award. We'll award the person.
And when we talk about the organization itself, Caribbean Export Development Agency, and as
Yes.
I'm sure you would be aware, someone involved with an organization like this, there's always a level of cynicism within our region as to whether or not these various agencies and organizations, I mean, CARICOM, they get cussed every day for different reasons. From your own point of view, as someone involved with the organization, what tangible benefits have you seen that have emanated from the work of CEDA?
Well, I must say there has been, I think, significant tangible benefits. If I would start from the services that we are doing now and the services go global, we have many firms in the region that has said, based on their completion of the services go global, that the exports have increased 200+%. Some persons said that they were doing business and they never realized that they were actually exporting, or this is the area that they should focus on. So that we have seen where it has changed in terms of, jobs, which is one of the main things, my executive director said, the objective here is jobs, and more jobs. We have 3 objectives, and we have seen where it has increased in jobs, it has increased in revenue. So I would say that from a Caribbean export standpoint, we have many success stories. And yes, if you visit our website and look at our success stories, you will see that there have been some quite tangible benefits based on the input from Caribbean Export, because we do so not just from the firm level, which we're focusing on here now, but just as in collaboration with the TTCSI, we also do capacity building interventions at the business support organization level. So we work with many business support organizations within the region to build the capacity to then transfer. So that way it's a little bit more, it's more sustainable in terms of what we do. So it's not just about one-on-one, but you go to the business support organization and then you can reach the many other businesses within the different member states. And as I said before, we are from the CARIFORUM. We service all CARIFORUM member states. So we have had many interventions and, I think quite a lot of tangible outcomes from them.
And has COVID-19 actually caused many businesses to be leaner, meaner, more efficient, or has it been just a major hindrance to this export drive?
I think it has made them a lot more leaner. It probably stands on both, but I think a lot more leaner and more efficient. And, that's what stands out for the services sector. Because while from the goods sector, there's a lot of the one-on-one or the personal. With the services sector, you can trade without actually moving. You don't have to move your service. So the trade services has now even more propelled, and as one of our pillars for Caribbean export is to ensure that services is now the next frontier to development for the region. And in every good, any manufacturing, anything that you do, a services is part of it. You're advertising, you're marketing. And so that's what we realized in this period. A lot of persons had to pivot now to you do your online. And that's where the services came in. Your online provision of your service, online provision, even of your good, you're doing all your sales online now. It's not no person to person. So it has had for some firms a different spin in terms of becoming leaner and meaner. For some, it has been more difficult. And Caribbean Export, we did a survey last year, and we realized that one of the major issues is access to finance. And therefore, based on that, we have had 2 based on our direct support grant programs, where we provide firms with approximately 15,000 euros to help them where they have these particular areas of concern and to address. And we recently concluded a call together with the Caribbean Development Bank, technical assistance program, this one we call it TAPS, where we also doing approximately 15,000 US in this instance to firms to be able to assist based on the needs as identified, coming out mainly from the pandemic and what we face.
And before time runs out on us, Ms. Francis,
Yes.
just remind everybody again about the award. The deadline is the 20th, and a quick reminder once more as to what they have to do to be able to make their submissions on time to qualify for consideration.
Proof, certification that you would have completed the Services Go Global within the last 3 years. You also have to submit your draft export plans, which you would have developed based on a template on the training that we would have undertaken. The main issues that we want to see coming out of your submissions.
And following the submissions, the winner will be announced on October the 11th. Is that correct?
Yes, that's October the 11th. The evaluating team will meet and we will decide.
And what is the prize? You might have mentioned it in passing in our discussion. What is the award? What does the winner receive?
Okay. Well, the winner will receive some in-depth coaching and mentorship to complete their export plans. And I think a critical element of it is to then give you the to market, which will be the B2B linkage for at least 2-3 key individuals or firms that you would have identified in the export plans to link and to hopefully get to the next stage of having a contract and creating business, generating revenue, generating more jobs.
And before we conclude, Ms. Francis, do you get the sense that people in our Caribbean region are inclined, if given the incentives and the opportunities and the avenues, are inclined towards developing an export product?
Yes, I do believe so. I think coming into the pandemic now, a lot of people, were forced, as I say, into a new thinking. And therefore, from a particular services standpoint, I believe that, yes, we have that uptake because we have to find alternative means of making money, to survive and to keep your family afloat, to keep your business afloat.
Absolutely. Alison Francis, Services Specialist with the Caribbean Export Development Agency. Thank you very much indeed for taking the time to make us aware of this awards program, the Lawrence Placide Award, paying tribute to a gentleman who was very fundamental in the TTCSI. Yes. And you can certainly go to the CSI website for more information on the award as well. Thank you very much indeed for taking the time.
You're most welcome. Thank you very much.
Alison Francis with us this morning for our business breakfast segment with the support of Value Optical. Well, as we go to the break, here are a couple images from Pitam Budram of Sangre Chiquito in Sangre Grande, just in the Grande area. And it's a very nice image of a Barbadine, it looks like. And now for an image captured in the Chagaramas area by Geeta Ramsingh. The Shagwan is not Chagaramas. I don't know what was wrong with me this morning. So very interesting images, and this one with a full moon that is positioned as if it's at the point of that bit of wrought iron work. Very interesting indeed, very creative from Ms. Ramsingh as we go to the break.